2 wins, and obviously it makes for a good week for us. The boys are certainly confident and got a bounce in the step, and very much looking forward to the game, and try and make that winning run continue.
You weren't far off when you went there, were you? Sort of typical performance, played well in patches.
Yeah, at that time. We were second best. We were second best over the 80 minutes. If you had a look at the game, they spent a long time down our end and really dominated position and possession. But over the course of 80 minutes, we looked at the last few minutes of the game and we had a couple of chances where we could have, probably tied the game up and had a chance to win it as well. So we weren't too far away on that instance. But today's another day, and played it as home ground, maybe different conditions. It was a very heavy day over at the KC that day. So maybe there's a little bit this weekend, but we'll see how it pans out. They're a good side, and we know we'll have to play, really well and be good in some areas, to get over the line against these.
But I can say it's a tricky game now, aren't they, after the last couple of results?
You could say so. I mean, they've got a draw with St Helens at the weekend. I think they had a really good win over Leeds a few weeks ago, and then probably by their own admission, a fairly low key game. Again, London. I thought for the Hull KR game, I thought they dominated the game for long periods, and I thought they played some really good stuff in that. But yeah, they've had a couple of close ones in there, and for them to continue the momentum, they'll see this as a must-win game really. But we ourselves are coming into it. We're coming into it in a good frame of mind and in good spirits, and knowing that we held us on pretty well over there early in the year.
Yeah, they've been winning sort of with seconds to go in their last 2 games and not won. Do you think that you can maybe exploit that? Might cause a bit of nervousness.
Well, I hope so. I think we've had a little bit of that ourselves during the course of this year. For 60-65 minutes we've been right in there and not finished games off. But possibly I think it depends how we play on the day, Pete. I think that's something that they might be aware of. I mean, at the weekend they really dominated possession and position against Saints. The set count, I think all had 40 odd sets, Saints just over 30. So they might be feeling a little bit fresher this week after having so much good ball possession. But I think it's defensively. I think we've been very, very strong defensively. I think the line speed's been really good, and I think when you look at them, they are a team that possess a lot of players that can break tackles. I think they've got an awful lot of punch in the forwards, and a very, very skillful, powerful, and hard-running back row. And I think the scrum half's in pretty good form for him. I think he's got a really astute kicking game that's helped him dominate possession on a lot of occasions. At the weekend, they secured a hell of a lot of goal line dropouts, from some really smart kicking from Brett Seymour. And we know we're going to have to play the game at the right end of the field. What we don't want to be doing is probably what Saints did at the weekend and defending the zone quarter for most of the game, because that'll put an enormous strain on us.
It's been a bit extra to you, Rich, from the club, or not getting to any of that?
I probably had these questions last time round. I think playing your old club, obviously it makes it a little bit different, but I moved on fairly quickly from that. We've done nothing different this week apart from try and work hard and prepare our team as we would for any normal round of Super League. So for me they're the natural questions, but no, not really. 2 points for us against Hull will be the same as 2 points against London, and the same as 2 points against Wigan. We're more interested in our own form rather than any sort of personal elements that may come into it.
What do you think it would do for you this weekend, this season as a whole?
Well, I think it'd just be a continuation of keeping our confidence high and staying very positive. I think even when questions about our form may have been asked, the boys have been fairly fairly unwavering in the unity. You know, they've been a very united bunch, and they've been a team that, you know, we feel has been shown a really good spirit right from the word go. You know, we were thrown together under some difficult circumstances, I guess, and you know, there's been some bumps in the road for us along the way, but you know, they've fronted up and turned up for training every week, ready to go, and never let any setbacks do too much damage to them, which, you know, potentially could be the case. So, you know, at the same time, we're not getting carried away on the back of 2 wins. You know, we've played 2 teams over the last 2 weeks that are under us in the table. You know, now we're playing a team that's in the top 6, so it's going to possess, I would say, you know, a radically different challenge, but it's one we feel if we play to our potential.
Good news as well with the injury on Danny this week.
Really good news, yeah, really good news. I mean, he's obviously got a big shiner, and he took a fairly hefty whack, and he was a little bit dusty earlier in the week. But yeah, he's trained back end of the week, and you know, all the swelling's gone down and the bruising's come out, and yeah, we're fortunate. You know, the medics was sort of 50-50 that they felt he'd got a break in there, but I did tell them at the time, I says, you know, being experienced, sometimes you do see facial injuries, you know, really blow up, and until you get the X-ray, you know, you never truly know. So yeah, it were really good news, and gives us again a clean bill of health to select from this week.
Do you think any were unlucky? I know you mentioned Paul Latham in the past for Exiles, but kind of England Knights perhaps? Got any of you youngsters, or are they a bit
probably not this time. You know, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure the entire criteria for selection on England Knights. You know, how they pick it or what they're always looking for within that. But no, I don't think we've got too many concerns at this time. I think, you know, one thing we'd like to think is that in 12 months' time we'll be in a position where we might have some people pushing for our squads. You know, Knights, full squad, and Exiles, if you like. That, you know, some of our overseas players are playing well enough to get recognised, but I think that'll also come is if us as a team are playing well enough and, you know, progressing more, you know, as a more competitive outfit up the table. I think that'll come with that, and you know, that's the aim we want to be in 12 months' time. I think at this moment in time it's hard for me to really suggest a player that I think has been unlucky to miss out on selection in this, to be fair. Can you think of any?
Possibly Danny.
Danny came on.
Yeah, potentially. As an England Knight, you know, you probably look at the amount of back rowers in the top squad and the ones that aren't in it to suggest, you know, we're fairly well stocked at that at the moment. Whether he's worth a look in the Knights, I don't know if he's experienced enough and whether his time's gone by for that. You know, he certainly won't let them down. You know, he's certainly a very competent and capable player. I don't know who the back rows in the Knights are, but I know like Tickle, for instance, has got picked this weekend. You know, Tickle's probably been knocking on the door for 3 years. I know he's had 1 cap to his name, but you know, this is probably the biggest selection that he's had really. And you know, when Gareth Hawke's back to form, there's an awful lot of back rowers at this moment, you know, playing really well, and we've got 1 or 2 in Australia as well that might come into contention. So I've not, to be honest, I've not studied the squads. I know we've not got a heavy involvement in it, and so I've not really studied you know, the whys and what for the selection, and if our guys have been unlucky. I'd say it's more, we'd like to think that in 12 months' time, you know, we'll have players pushing on all fronts. I think that'd be a great sign for our club.
Any recruitment or retention issues to speak on?
No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. I think like everyone, we're working hard behind the scenes and, you know, probably making progress in a couple of areas. But it's a tough market at the moment. It's a really tough market. I think, you know, the couple of marquee players that have been off, I think it's fair to say, you know, we've inquired and we've made offers and we've been, you know, speaking to the agents. But you know, the market is such that, you know, I think the bigger clubs are paying the big money and getting the players first up. So, you know, we are working behind the scenes, and we're quite comfortable and happy where we are. You know, I'm certainly not panicking, thinking how we're going to improve this team. Far from it. You know, I think, you know, we'll see an improved squad moving forward next year. You know, we've got enough sort of leads and irons in the fire to suggest the improvements we need to make. You know, we are hopeful of making them, but time at the moment still very early for us. You know, I know the whips are cracking among the sort of top 6 sides, if you like, with the marquee players, but you know, at this moment in time we're probably been out of the race for 1 or 2 of those. That's reality. But you know, we've identified some players, or a clutch of players that we think, you know, can enhance our squad. You know, we're busy working away, hopefully trying to knock 1 or 2 deals over.
Have you got quota spaces for next year as well? Does it go down another one?
No, see, it's status quo next year. As it stands, with players signed and unsigned at the moment, we've got 1. But you know, we're just reviewing all our situations in our club. You know, you've got to remember where we come from. At the moment, I've got 33 players in the squad. You know, we're spending under the cap, and I think it's imperative for us as a club. You know, if we are going to improve the squad and we are going to move forward, that, you know, if we're spending unders, then we need to spend every penny wisely. And you know, coming in when we did, you know, we've got a 33-man squad. That's probably too big for us at the moment. We'll probably try and run with a smaller squad, and you know, probably try and make every penny we spend count, which, you know, if I'm truthful, has maybe not been the case this year. You know, there's some parts of the squad that you know, we feel, I think to say we inherited is wrong. It is wrong and a little bit disrespectful, but you know, we'll probably put the squad together in a slightly different way and evolve it a little bit next year if we can.